Okay, so I'm going to do my lab on the geometric shapes for element compounds. So there are the four. There's the trigonal planar, the tetrahedral, the trigonal bipyramidal, and the octahedral. So I'm gonna go through each of them, say how many, like what the types are, electric domain numbers, and some examples of each. So we're gonna start, I got them all scattered everywhere. We're gonna start with, there's the three here. This one's the trigonal planar. There's three electron domain numbers. It's a type AB2 electron. There's one lone pair on these shapes. And an example of a compound would be sulfur oxide. So trigonal planar. 3. Let's toss that down. Okay, so next we have, there's 4 here. This one is the tetrahedral. This one has 4 electron domain numbers. There are 2 types for this, AB2 and AB3. AB2, there are 2 lone pairs. An example of an AB2 would be H2O or water. AB3, there's only 1 lone pair in these. And an example of that would be ammonia, which is NH3. So here's our tetrahedral. 3. They're falling apart as I'm throwing them, so. Okay, next we have the trigonal bipyramidal. That has 5 electrons. 5. So this one, there are 3 electron domain numbers. There are 3 types for this one. There's AB4, AB3, and AB2. So type AB4, there's 1 lone pair. It has the domain of 5, so they're all gonna have 5 electrons. Fallen. So I said there's 1 lone pair, and then an example for this is tellurium tetrafluoride. I think that's how you say it. That's TeF4. Type AB3, there are going to be 2 lone pairs in this compound. An example of this would be bromine trichloride, which is BrCl3. Last one is type AB2. For this, we're going to have 3 lone pairs in these compounds. And an example of this would be I3 negative, which is triiodine. So here's our trigonal bipyramidal, and there are 5 electrons in this compound, in that geometric shape. So our last one, this one's the big one, it's right here. So we have 6 electrons in this. So this is an octahedral shape, which I think is kind of funny because when I think of octa, I think of 8, but no, octahedral is 6. So for this, there's 6 electron domain numbers. There are 2 types for this. There's AB5 and AB4. So type AB5, therethere's 1 lone pair. And an example of this would be bromine pentafluoride, which is going to be BrF5. For type AB4, we're going to have 2 lone pairs in this compound. And an example of that I found was xenon tetrafluoride, which is XeF4. So here's our 6 electrons octahedral. That one was kind of a fun lab. Kind of easy. I'm a very visual person, so being able to put it together and make it that way definitely helped me visualize what we've been learning about. So I think from here on out, that'll definitely help me to be able to look back on this and actually see, so I can go from there and build my compounds and give them their shape.